Hello, my name is Maria Kądzielska and this is Poland Daily Culture. And today more Poland Daily Entertainment, or because we're talking about video games, and with us is Marysia Piątkowska, a video game writer. Thank you very much for coming.
Hello, thank you very much for inviting me.
As we mentioned in the previous episodes, you are working for Flying Wild Hog company, which already seems a little bit strange. And you are doing strange things there in this because you're writing plots of video games. And it's industry which is developing very rapidly, even more and more. It also has right now a huge amount of money to this whole industry. Players, writers, graphic designers, and everyone who is connected to creating video games. So of course the question which most of us, especially young people, should ask themselves is, do they want to work in the video games? And if they do, how to become a video game writer?
This is a very good question. Actually, more and more people are asking me the same question: how could I do that? How could I, engage and start my career in game design? Right now, there are many schools that offer the whole studies connected with game design, which is Warsaw Film School, for example, and they have studies called game design, and you can make a degree of game design. Also, game design school, game dev school. This is the name, which is also in Poland, in Warsaw, located, and you can just finish such studies. Some of them last 3 years, some of them last 1 year, but also there are many courses organized online, for example, that actually are run by some kind of game design experts, and they are just giving lectures on how to design or how to write. So right now there are many opportunities to know the clue, the main ideas of video game industry and video game making. Actually, you just have to try. You just have to send the CV or your portfolio. There are many people that actually are the part of the game design that were no special knowledge behind the game design earlier on. I am the example, the perfect example. I graduated at the Institute of English Studies, so I have no connection with the game design. And my actually advice is always to try to keep trying, to not be discouraged by hearing a no from the HR and it's just play games, because this knowledge about the game industry, this knowledge about new titles that are released is very important, just to make sure how actually games work, right? And what is the language of the game, of the special particular game, and the game overall in general. And keep trying to send your CV, look around for there are many companies that are starting right now, and they are just growing and developing, and every company seeks and looks for talented persons. So apart from those game dev schools and courses, just keep trying.
I would say it's also a good call for everyone who just writes reading as well and
Yes.
writing,
Yes.
because after all, plots, they mostly comes from novels, and those novels are just transported right now into video games, which you go through them. But it seems also that video games become among children right now even more popular than films.
Yeah. I think it also connected with those, our telephones right now, the iPhones, the smartphones, that they offer a lot of short and easy games that the kid can delve in and just, understand. And this is actually a huge market, and making such games is very profitable, really. So, and also they need some kind of a narrative and a story sometimes. So there is room and there is space for people that like writing things. And I think there will be even more space for that. So keep trying.
Well, this part of interaction, the fact that when we're watching a movie, it's all set. We cannot actually, take part in a character doing something different. But in video games, we can take part in a character doing something different, even though we have those parts of like set, usually like a movie part almost of the game. But the rest is very interactive. Do you think this is what really attracts us, and especially young people, that they can be part of a plot of a different story, like a little bit get out of the reality?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was known a lot of years ago when the video games actually started in 1970s, 60s even. Right now, this is a huge market, and more and more games are similar to films, even in case of the scenario and also the overall look, like graphics and the motion capture, the voiceovers and so on. It looks and it seems right now it's very, very similar to the films. Because of the technology that is also evolving and growing and developing. I think, yeah, because you said about this interactions and this player engagement. Games offer this interactive actions, offer the player an influence on his very influence on the ending of the story, and also of the fact how you deal with your enemies in the game, how you handle the world, how you interact with other player non-player characters, which are the NPCs. It's your choice, of course. It's your choice as long as the designer lets you, right? Because he has to create it, and there are as many choices as the designer can make, right, and implement in the engine in the game. But yeah, this is different, and I think this is the beauty of the games, that they are interactive and they are more difficult to make than the films, I guess, and this is my opinion. But they offer so much more than the film, because we can be part of the story itself and directly, right?
Those are the features of modern video games, which of course are growing and growing, and especially young children are interested in them. But for the adults, you don't have to always criticize it, because the huge educative part of it is in the video games, and using them as a good tool can be really developing for children, especially when it comes to knowledge and the language skills. Thank you very much for watching our show, and of course, stay for another episode.